Welcome to the BPM 360 podcast. I'm Russell.
And I'm Casper. And together we will help you navigate the treacherous waters of the BPM adoption journey. I hope you enjoy the podcast. Hey, Russell, my friend. How are you, man?
Fine. Exciting day today. I'm in Frankfurt, as you may have heard.
So when's Frankfurt exciting?
Exactly. So normally you would say, oh, well, Frankfurt, more than the skyline. But I'm actually at the SAP Signavio and LeanIX event.
That's interesting.
Absolutely. So the big topic is business transformation. And after being, let's say, working with SAP Signavio, but also with LeanIX, as they were independent, of course, this event is super exciting just to see what the strategy is from SAP and looking at each of the own, let's say, spaces around BPM and business architecture and IT IT architecture, how they want to join forces in the future. So that's what I think this is all about.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, today's the partner day, so the real showcases and customer talks will be tomorrow and on Wednesday. And today, the partner event, it was more about, I guess, presenting to partners the overarching strategy. And they had a fireside talk with the founders of Signavio, Gero Decker and LeanIX. And each of them presented their side of the story. And there were also some interesting questions, but I think ultimately, as a takeaway, and I also appreciate to a certain extent, SAP really is thinking we are going to the cloud. We want to become a cloud company. And the transformation, the actual implementation of the core stack, that's something that can happen much more rapidly. But the actual adoption of this technology in the organization is a continuous journey. And if we want to so SAP sees that they are entering a different phase. They've always been process-centric, but they see that they have to include something in their offering to really support their customers and partners on this long journey. And this is what this event is all about.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting. And that ties in, I think, quite nicely into the conversations we've had lately anyway on bringing together enterprise architecture and BPM tools and the consolidation that we see in the marketplace around that. So I'm sure that some of that consolidation efforts is partly also due to the movement that SAP is making in this space.
Yes, I hope so. Let's say it's going to be an interesting journey. I don't expect anything to fall out of the box, but of course we always have we have different user groups in the organization. We know that about IT architecture and business architecture. We have a bit of a different methodology and philosophy about the whole thing. And we've always been, remember RS Alphabet, we've always been talking about, okay, how can these worlds best work together? But maybe in an SAP-centric world, this is something where they have something to offer. Haven't seen anything. I think that's subdued to the next days or maybe weeks or months. But let's say the vision is there that they need to be a complete offering, an integrated offering. And then I like this from the basic aspect, and we just have to see how it meanders out. What else is astonishing is, of course, you see the partners, and it's all system integrators. Yeah, so all the system integrators are jumping onto this story. I think because they also see just doing the system integration part is not enough. It is the transformation journey you have to support. So here I do see not so much the experts, like the niche nerdies, like I'm as a company, or we are as a company, but more than system integrators jumping onto this story. Their core business model has always been SAP, and they're jumping onto the bandwagon and looking into it more, presenting themselves. And I think this is exciting for the market. Can be of a big benefit for customers.
Okay. Well, that sounds intriguing. I'm really looking forward to what comes out of that tomorrow. Then, for mere mortals not being partners.
Well, and I have had the opportunity. There was a slot for a presentation that somehow was unleashed, And I don't know, Professor Shiroun, you may have seen him also in Krakow. I mentioned that he also was there. So he's like in the SAP academic board. So he got a slot of half an hour, and he asked me to join him for 5 minutes to talk about artificial intelligence and BPM. So why is BPM? And so I spent the weekend actually digesting his meta model and his Signavio. I still need to talk to him about that. There's some remarks I have on that. However, I didn't want to go and just purely bullshit. So I did actually digest the meta model of the content and built up some, AI assistance just to show the value. So what I'm talking about, I have 5 minutes, I have 3 slides, but what I'm talking about is fundamentally correct. It's validated. It's not just hypothetical. I spent the whole weekend making this work, and I like the examples, and it's a good showcase. So tomorrow I'll have 5. It's 5:30. Everybody will have gone to dinner. You know what it's like, but I will be there.
Yeah.
And I tell you, and you can make a guess how many people are in the audience, and I'll let you know afterwards if it was
So
more than 5, more than 10, whatever. We'll see.
Well, what's the capacity of the room that you're in, Russell?
Yeah, I will do. I'll let you know which room I'm in, what slot I'm taking, what the title is, and we'll have a chat about that then maybe later tomorrow.
Yeah,
and I hope I hope I can catch up with you tomorrow, give you some insights on the keynotes that we have.
Let's do that. Let's catch up again tomorrow. And in the meantime, thanks for reporting out from this event. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, Russell.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.